believe we're live. Can everybody hear us? I hope you can hear us. Type us in the chat. Simon's just manning the board for us here this evening, being our wonderful technical producer, because we've got an all-female Girls on Games podcast tonight for podcast number 10. Yay, ladies!
Chips
Ladies night, I'm out of sight. Sorry,
facial party.
Facial party. Oh my god.
Okay, that could mean something else.
Oh dear. We've gone to the gutter and we're not even 10 seconds in. Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Leah, your host for the Girls on Games podcast. Welcome back. Welcome if it's your first time. We're really happy to have you here with us. I've got a fun cast of characters here today. First up, we got Catherine Smith debuting. Hey, Kat.
Hello.
We've also got Catherine Ashley.
What's up?
We've got Allie.
Hello.
And we've got Becky.
Hello.
And I think you can actually see our names today because the wonderful technical producer Simon has added our names to the chat. Yay! And you can see our Twitter handles. So, you can follow us personally and you can follow us on Girls on Games. Now, because this is a very active podcast and we love to have your input, could you please, if you have any questions, throw them in the chat. The girls are going to keep track of them, and we're going to answer them near the end. Also, too, if you want to show us a little bit of love, we got a wonderful little donate button down there, down at the bottom. Scroll down just below the video, and show us a little love, because we do this all for the love of video games and for the love of participating with you guys and having you guys hang out with us. So, first off the bat, what have you guys been playing? I want to know. Let's start with Kat at SD. What have you been playing, my dear?
I've been playing a bit of The Witcher 2.
Ooh.
Because I really want to get through that before Witcher 3 comes out. And I've been playing Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I got that to review.
And how's that been going?
I'm not gonna lie, I find it slightly disappointing.
Okay.
Bum bum bum.
Mostly because it's not a Kirby game. It's a game they made with Kirby characters.
Explain. What is a Kirby game? I've never played a Kirby game.
A Kirby game is a platformer. And Kirby, like, his big thing is, like, opening his giant mouth and sucking shit. And then taking the enemy's power.
Sucking shit.
There's,
number time.
You suck in and swallow a ninja, you become a ninja. And then you jump around and things like that.
Got her.
Yeah.
This really is a girl chat, isn't it?
There's no non-sexual way for me to tell you this. Actually, every time I've played a Kirby game, I've giggled like a 12-year-old.
Sure.
But anyway, but this one, Kirby is just a roly-poly, and he just rolls around, and you tap with the stylus on the Wii U to make him roll, and then you draw like lines with the stylus to like direct him and make him follow stuff. So it's that kind of puzzle solving. So instead of like being a classic platformer, it's just you just draw lines, and it's not as active nor as elaborate as a classic Kirby game.
Snore.
So, yeah.
I've heard that the graphics are really good, though.
The graphics are great. It looks like actual claymation, and when you run into a wall, the wall kind of like gives a bit like clay would. If Kirby falls from too high, like lands like a pancake, and then like retakes form. And it reminds me of like, you remember those cartoons we used to watch, like the two little clay balls, like meow, 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 meow. It looks
like Pengu.
Yeah,
like
it
Pingu.
looks
You remember
exactly
Pengu?
like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, it's not a terrible game. It's just not a Kirby game. And I enjoyed the one on the 3DS way more than I'm enjoying this one. This one is just, maybe it's because I had expectations.
Okay.
Like, it's Kirby. I was expecting to, like, swallow somebody and steal their power.
Yeah, and it didn't happen.
What platform is it on?
Wii U.
It's on Wii.
Well, Friday, when we have the party, when we drink and Twitch, bring it over and we'll test it out, because I'm curious. I really want to see this. All its graphic glory.
I'll have to bring my whole console because it's a digital code.
Oh, well, you can just bring the console. That's fine. Because everything else we got hook up is exactly the same. I got the power cord. I got the Wiimotes. I got the,
Wiimotes.
Whole kit.
Yeah.
Let's all rub in everybody's face how many consoles we have.
A lot. Maybe
too many. No, not too many. You never have too many.
Never.
Ever.
Never. Ever.
Ever.
Ever. Becky, what have you been playing?
I've been playing this really interesting game actually. No, not Monopoly. I've been playing that too, but it's more of a I really feel like playing a board game on console thing. But I've been playing Hand of Fate. It's really interesting. I really like it. It's like an RPG. It's like a card-based Dungeons and Dragons game. So it's a make your own fate kind of game. You draw a card, you can succeed, you can fail depending on what you draw. It's really interesting, but when you go in to do actual fights, it takes you into the game and you actually fight the orcs, like as your character and with the card weapons and everything you collect. It's pretty cool.
Neat.
Yeah,
well,
Xbox
I know
One.
Devin was talking about potentially playing that. He was wondering if anybody else was playing it, and
I think
haven't jumped on
it
it.
actually.
He started? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's totally worth the $20. It's just too bad that there's no multiplayer. I don't really see how they could do a versus, but might be possible to integrate some sort of co-op. But it is definitely worth the $20. Seriously.
Sweet.
Thumbs up. Snooze approved.
Snooze approved. The snooze stamp of approval. How about you, Allie? What have you been playing?
I'm almost finished playing the Another World 20th anniversary edition on Xbox One. So that's been fun. Frustrating as all hell, but super fun. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it or ever played it, but it's pretty cool. You guys should check it out if you have the time.
Yeah.
Just like a little adventure game. It's really short. It's like no more than like 4 hours, like grow max if you're good at it.
Okay.
If not, it's really time consuming and frustrating. There's achievements for dying a lot, so that's a sign.
So the point is to die a lot.
Yeah, at a certain point. At a certain point. But it's worth the I think it's like $8. So it's worth it.
Huh. Is it like a weekend? Like you're gonna get a good taste. You'd be able to finish it in the weekend, even if you're terrible.
Yeah, for sure. I picked it up because I have a lot of memories. So.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Kat Ashley, how about you? What are you playing?
Well, actually, I've been on a gaming hiatus for a couple of days ever since my disaster on Friday, the Halo Master Chief Collection disaster.
Oh yeah, Catherine went in a rage.
I hate you. Anyways,
Fucking 3-4-3.
No, seriously, like I took an hour. I was all excited. I'm gonna sit down and play some multiplayer. Nope, couldn't get into one fucking game. Whatever. Okay. Anyways, it's midterm, so I haven't been playing anything. The last game I played, other than trying to get into the GD Master Chief Collection, was Dying Light. So I'm still not finished that. Very addictive, so I'll probably keep playing that once school's done.
Cool. I've been playing, I went and downloaded Crypt of the Necrodancer off Steam. So this is probably like the second game I've ever purchased on Steam. Because I've never been much of a PC gamer. I have a Mac. So yeah, and I saw the video and thought it was really cool. The idea of like this, I guess, isometric dance beat game with actions that, and has great music. And so far, I'm really stoked with it. It's actually done by a bunch of guys out of Vancouver. So I thought that would be really cool to check out. So I gave them my money. And it's in like beta or something. It's not totally done yet. So I gave them money, kind of like in having, that's one thing I like about Steam is like you can, test out a game for folks and get a taste of it if you're really excited instead of having to wait, and then give them feedback. That's good. And then on top of that, if you folks have been on the site lately, girlsongames.ca, I also reviewed The Order 1886. And thanks for those that checked in, what was it, Thursday night that we Twitch streamed? Yeah,
it was Thursday
night. Yeah. So thanks for coming to join us. And that kind of rolls us up into our first question of the week. And I want to know how you guys feel about game length. Do you care how long a game is? Do you care if a game is 120 hours long versus 80 hours versus 30 versus 10?
Ooh, I know. Okay, 10 is...
All right? Depending on your experience and what you're getting out of it and the quality of the game. All right? Now, imagine now, this is not... Let's look at it from a different standpoint. These are games that you're paying for, not games that we're getting because we're reviewing them, right? So does that do you take that into account when you go and, purchase a game with your hard-earned cash? Let's discuss.
Yeah. Are we considering games that are only single player, or are you including multiplayer possible hours in there? Like
That
a Call of
counts.
Duty only has
That
a 10-hour
counts.
campaign, you know?
Well, and that's actually something that I talked about, well, and I debated talking about
Okay.
when talking about the order, is that yes, it only has a 10-hour campaign, which is perfectly fine, but if you start packing in all those replayable hours, the order doesn't have that. Now, you can go read my review to know that I actually really enjoyed my time with the order. The thing is fucking gorgeous with a
Yeah,
F
it
on
is
fucking. Like, it
gorge.
kind of blows my mind. Like, yeah. But the gameplay is a little weak, but at the same time, I still liked it. I had fun. I kind of felt of it more of it as an interactive experience, interactive movie per se, rather than a full-on fledged game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something that you actually partake in. Not that, it's very much on rails and you're very much, you don't really have a choice. It's not like one of those games where you get to choose your ending, like Heavy Rain or something like that. But I still had a lot of fun playing with it, and I think it's getting a lot of slack for being like that when we had like Rise, Son of Rome, which was essentially the same thing but worse.
I didn't even play it. How long was the order finally? Like everything?
10 hours. It took me 10 hours.
10 hours. Okay.
Now, mind you,
Reviews said
I'm
like
not,
8 hours.
I don't know.
Well,
You have
10,
to be
10,
you have
8,
to be
whatever.
freaking flying through that game in order to get
Yeah.
through it and know where everything is and not fuck up.
Is it the
And
kind of game that has a bunch of like side quests, or is it really you blitz?
No.
It's story only.
the most side
It's-
quests you get is that there are collectibles that you get to go look at, and audio things that you get to pick up. I mean, I'm 60% through or something right now.
Yeah.
And I just played it through once. Also, it doesn't matter if you play it on easy, normal, or hard. You can get a platinum either way. So, I mean, I still think it's something that people should try out. But is it worth $70? Probably not.
Yeah, I think it depends on the quality of the story. Like, Child of Light was not a very long game, but the story was just so beautiful and had a bit of collectibles. It had the possibility of going back to the beginning to pick up some stuff and fight some other guys to level up. But it wasn't a long game. What, 12,
But it was
12
revolutionary.
hours?
Yeah,
But
it
it
was
was
revolutionary in how it did RPG style. Like, I'd never seen anything like that before. At least it reinvented something. The Order didn't really do that.
The price matched too. I mean,
It was
That's true. That's true. The price did match.
Yeah.
It was $20. The order is a full price $70
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
For
then I
t-
want to
for
Then I
10
wanna
hours of gameplay.
take it and say, okay, so you want to go spend, let's say we're going to the movies. We're going to an IMAX, right? It's $20 to go see an IMAX, and what is it? Max 2 hours. So by the time you hit 6 hours, you've paid for the game. You know what I mean? And that's not
That's
buying
true.
food, and that's not bringing a date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I can see where people are getting pissed, but I can see where people like it, and
Yeah, I think it depends on the quality of the story. It really does. When you have longer games, when a game is only single player and it's a full price game, we're talking $60 to $70, then you're expecting, give me 40 hours of gameplay. Give me something
I think
good.
that's a reasonable expectation too. I mean,
It is. Anything below
It's
that
just-
is just like, why did you have me pay $70 if there's no expected DLC, there's no multiplayer component?
yeah.
now I
Don't
don't
make
know
me pay full
if,
price.
I don't know if there's any DLC, but at the same time, would anybody actually pay for the DLC?
Imagine the
Ugh.
DLC might be at the same
But-
length as the actual game.
Yeah. I meant
That would
free
be
DLC
silly.
though.
Yeah,
That would
set
That's
up-
like a
yeah,
smack in the
free.
face.
I
Yeah.
know.
If they
set
release
up-
DLC,
multiplayer, though.
that's like
Yeah.
Yeah, the game is set up for a sequel. I don't, and there are things that they could have explored further. I have a few, and it's hard too, because, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. There's certain things we weren't allowed to talk about. Now that it's out, I don't know if you guys want me to go there and how I feel they could have added more to it. Certain things they didn't explore. There were missed opportunities, straight up. So yeah, I mean, but at the same time, I had fun playing it. If they came out with another one and I got another code, I would totally play it. I really think it's going to be one of those ones that are added to PlayStation Plus when the time comes. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
but give
if you
me a
get-
game that
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption, Mass Effect, Dragon Age. Give me something, Skyrim, Witcher 3. Give me something that's gonna have hours and hours and hours.
yeah,
If I'm
You're
paying
gonna-
full price. Yeah.
cool.
I have like a $2 per hour spent in game rule for games like that.
You
Really?
calculate.
So
You're there
for
with a
every- yeah,
calculator
for,
in
like, every-
EV games.
Yeah, I think it should kind of add up. Like when we were watching you play The Order, it was gorgeous. It was beautiful. It sounded like it had a cool story, but it felt very episodic to me. It felt like it was the first episode in like a 5-part series. And to pay $70 for something that feels like only like 1/5 of a game is, I don't know, it's kind of gut wrench.
Yeah, I feel you there. Totally.
Yeah.
Yes,
Was
Kev.
the whatchamacallit, was the cutscenes too long in the game? Because I kept hearing that the cutscenes are really like extreme.
Well, and
like,
that's where they are long. But that's where I said that it's more like an interactive movie than an actual game. And obviously they were going for that. I mean, they said straight up that we're going for a cinematic experience. And there's many times when you're controlling, and it's only because it flips camera angles. Like, say you're going between like a tight squeeze, and you're looking from behind, and you're always looking at him through the same position. He's always kind of to the left. And then all of a sudden you flip and you see his face, like almost just like a dynamic cut, like you do in any movie. That's the moment where you know that it's no longer you controlling him. It's so, like, that kind of stuff is super smooth, and you just gotta kind of get used to how the flow works to learn that is, you know, you're no longer controlling. But then at some point you might get one of those prompts like in Rise Son of Rome where you have to do something to fight. Like, you have to press this button at a certain time in order to get it. But then if you miss it, it's not a big deal. You're just like, oh, and you die, and you move back a little bit. You see a fun death scene. You move back a little bit in the story. You don't have very much to watch through, and you end up having to do the same action again. So, yeah. It was fun. It was a good thing to play over a weekend. You know, if you had a weekend to spare and you just wanted to dedicate it to one thing. I found the same for Valiant Hearts, though that had a deeper story and.
But same thing, like Kat said earlier, that the price reflected the length of that game.
The price.
Same thing, Child of Light, yeah.
But the graphics are entirely different story.
True, not at all the same.
I can see where they had to spend a lot of big bucks on graphics and people making skin textures, you know, like that stuff was immaculate. But yeah, have you guys played any other short games that you've really, really appreciated? That just because it's short and you felt it was just like a little taste, a little sample that really, you know, what was that word that somebody used a word in? It's like a foodie word. Yeah, there you go.
Amuse-bouche. Nice.
That's what Devin used in his review.
I know. Can you guys name a game besides the ones we've talked about that have kind of had that feeling for you?
I wanted to play more Contrast.
Oh yeah?
Contrast.
I saw that in the Xbox One store. Never played it.
It was the very first PS4 PS Plus exclusive with the console launch. It's made by a indie studio here in Montreal. It's like Child of Light, like gorgeous game, some great mechanics going. It's got great voice talent. I know Elias Tufexis is in it. It has a lead female role, two female secondary role, one male secondary role, and the setting is gorgeous, the mechanics is fun, and I like blitzed through it during a long weekend like Easter or something, and when it was done and I saw the credits rolling, I was like, no.
With that physical like revolution
Give me
movement.
more.
Like Darth Vader in that god awful shitty prequel we all saw. No.
Why? I really liked Banjo-Kazooie, which wasn't a long game. I mean, it was a really long game when I played when I was a kid, because 8 hours seemed like an eternity, and you were really
there was shit tons to collect.
Died all the time. But like I played the game recently, and it took me like 8 hours to finish. So it's something you can do really quickly. But it's one of my favorite games of all time. I love Banjo-Kazooie, and the fact that they might be they are making another one is an amuse-bouche.
Oh my, it's funny.
That is fucking funny.
All right, with that being said, and saying that that's one of your favorite games, I want to know, what games have you been emotionally invested in? Games that have really gotten you in the feels.
Everyone together now. Oh my god!
Oh my god! Little girls here tonight. We're gonna get all.
I am such an emotional
I'll
gamer.
start crying.
I can't live through this again.
I'm done. It's over.
Fucking how about every goddamn Final Fantasy there ever was?
Good point. If you made it to that point in the game where emotion started getting in.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
And Catherine will agree with me on this because I romanced Blackwall in
fuck, that was a
Dragon
heartbreak.
Age.
Yum, 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 yum.
Over. Yeah, that was just the last shame. Ugh. Fucking.
For those who are new to our chat who don't know, we're in Montreal, so we use a lot of French slang.
Montreal, Canada.
Oh my.
If rage is an emotion, then every Call of Duty game that ever existed. You know, if rage is an emotion,
Rage.
yeah, if rage is there. Any FPS, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
The meaning of this is more get me in the feels rather than rage quit.
Oh,
I can say that for many.
real emotion. Okay, real emotion. I'd have to say, Red Dead Redemption was one of those games that I really got into. Mass Effect was another one for me, just because Dragon Age. Basically anything BioWare, because I get so sucked into like the characters' world and just love the characters in any of those games. So when one of them's killed off, I just start crying. It's over. It's over. It's all over.
I am like a really emotional gamer. I cry at the drop of a hat. If something is too pretty, I cry. If something is too scary, I cry. And if something is too sad, I cry.
You just have a box of tissues with you all the time?
I do. I just carry Kleenex around with me. The most recent though, and this is going to be like an obvious answer to probably everyone in chat, but was the Telltale Walking Dead season 1.
Oh, the Telltale games, of course. Oh my god, yeah.
Something really bad happened at the end of season 1.
No spoilers.
That left me, like no spoilers. Everyone's probably already played it though. But that left me like literally a sobbing heap on the couch.
It was like
I could not be, I could not be consoled. I was like, no, I'm never touching the controller again. You know, it was
touch
really
me,
bad.
world.
But that was good storytelling. That was just straight up good storytelling. But yeah, everything makes me cry. Child of Light made me cry because it was just so.
It was just so beautiful.
It was sad though.
Beautiful.
It was well written and that poetic.
So well written.
Prose,
that was
really.
Mm-hmm.
Valiant Hearts made me cry to the point where Michael came. Michael came in and was like, "It's a video game." I'm like, "Oh, that." And then a day or two later, I went on CJD and had to talk about it and started to tear up. And I'm like in front of the announcer, and I'm like, "I'm sorry, but it gets me emotional." I'm like, oh man, you have to play this game. Yeah, play Valiant Hearts.
Yeah.
And I don't like war games. I don't like war games. It's so not my thing. But yeah, this got me right in the feels.
I have a code for that game, and I can't bring myself to play it.
Dude, even when they announced that at E3 and they just had the shot of the dog, and they just showed like the whole trailer of the dog, I was like,
I know,
at my desk.
Yeah,
I was the at whole work game. I was crying.
Whole game I was telling myself, if the dog dies, that's it. I'm like putting my controller down for a week. If the dog dies, it's my gaming life is over. It's over.
The dog is so cute in that game.
Oh, and Transistor destroyed me too.
I have to go download
Someone finish that.
Yeah, I have to go download that before February is over, because that's one of the February PlayStation games of the month that you can download on PS Plus.
Sick.
I better go do that before once I get off podcast, because I only got a few days left.
Or expires.
Yeah, well, it's done Saturday.
Okay.
I don't know what the PlayStation Plus games are for next month, though. I still have First Light to play. Oh my. Too many games to play.
I know.
Too many games.
Too many. First world problems. Too many games to play.
Gamer problems.
First world gamer problems.
Oh my god. Work, school, life gets in the way of gaming.
Life? You have a life?
Yeah, I do. What? Those things. Kind of.
Slightly.
Slightly.
All right. I leave my apartment once a week to say, okay, I did it, and then go back.
It's like you go out your balcony and you're like, air. All right, we're good.
All right, let's take a question from the chat while we're midway through here.
You hear me?
Our buddy Devin, also known as Celtic Stag, has a question for us. Would you prefer lots of cutscenes in a game like Metal Gear Solid, or no story with decent gameplay? So, we've got Metal Gear Solid or The Order or something versus Destiny. Because what fucking story is there?
Yeah, Destiny. Destiny.
Sorry, I'm gonna
Fucking
rag on
Destiny.
Destiny.
Example of.
But it's so addictive though, so I don't know. Honestly, because I played a shit
yeah.
ton more. I played 100 hours of Destiny.
Well, then you're saying then yes, you want decent gameplay.
I don't know I don't know what my body wants. I mean, okay, Evil Within I put in like what, 27 to 30 hours. I fucking loved it. Had a story, there was cutscenes, whatever. And in Destiny I put 100 hours, no cutscenes or beginning cutscene, whatever, at the beginning of the story. So I really don't know. I mean,
Catherine, have you ever touched a game that you haven't liked and just said F this and put down the controller and played something else?
She has. I'm sure she has.
what?
I'm trying to think now if I've heard you rage quit on a game and say, fuck this shit, I'm not playing it anymore.
Rage quit? No, that no. Like I'll finish it. I'll be obsessive to the point where I will fucking finish that shit.
Oh, so you're hard-headed like that.
Yes, I'm hard. Oh, tight the cushion all the way. Yeah. But there's some games that I start like Rise. I played Rise for maybe like 20 minutes, and I'm like, this is garbage.
Catherine said the
Boring.
same
It's
thing.
pretty, but
Fuck
it's
this shit.
fucking boring. So I dropped that one. But yeah.
I remember being up in Tremblant and Catherine was dog sitting for me and she put in Rise and I get this text message, Rise is garbage.
It's so garbage.
Like, I'm sorry.
Garbage is garbage.
Yeah.
That was my plan for the whole weekend. I'm like, I'm gonna spend one night over at Leah's dog sitting. She has Rise, Son of Rome. I wanted to try it. That's what I'm gonna play. After an hour, I'm like, I am so fuck. I need to go back home and pick up more games.
It's boring though. It's not even fun.
Well,
I
it was
don't
like one of the
combat
first
or
games
anything.
out too, so
It's
yeah.
pretty. It was really to show off the console's graphics and stuff, like what it's capable of doing. Because other than that, I mean, it was so like generic. The story was generic. Everything was just generic about it.
Mm. Well, I think I'm a person who actually would rather cutscenes and a really solid story because that's what catches me. I do like, obviously, good gameplay, but life has taken over. You know, like you need to find an end game some point, right? And it gets a little frustrating when you have to review a game within like 3 or 4 days and you don't have the time to get her all done. Do you know what I mean? To get a good snippet of what's going on. So often, and I was obsessive compulsive about clearing out areas in Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs and stuff, and it just got to a point where I'm like, you know what? This is so frustrating. I'm just going to go and finish the game and then move on. And you know what? I feel good about it.
Yeah, if there's no story, but there's a lot of like little side quests in the world and stuff like that, that's okay. You know, look at any Lego game. But
It's a Lego game.
No?
What about Skyrim? I mean, Skyrim's main storyline really didn't have much to
Very
it, and
short.
it really wasn't very long.
Yeah, it was short,
An
but
hour.
but you
Yeah.
know,
but I
all
think
the side quests in the actual
Skyrim.
game itself were
Yeah.
enough to keep you going for like 400 hours if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Well, because I think all those side quests, like the werewolf quest and the Dark Brotherhood quest, are part of. I see it as being part of the
Exactly.
story
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Same here.
it's basically Skyrim. There's the main storyline, but there's also like 10 other small storylines, which I think is included in the main story and
Yeah, I agree
and
with
counts.
that.
So Skyrim is actually like a
Plus
great
you do all
example.
like the Daedric quests,
You
all
know?
the gods and shit. So that's
Exactly. There's so
really
much to
good.
do.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
yeah.
that game.
Yeah.
It
Because there
wasn't-
was side quests, there was collectibles,
Yeah,
there
exactly.
was
but it
there was
wasn't-
other quests and a main quest.
It wasn't side quests for the sake of side quests. It was side quests for like alternate storyline and to get
Yeah.
more lore.
Also, yeah.
It was really weaved and intertwined, and like as you quested, like it just the world became richer and richer, and you became more involved in the world. As in, like in Dragon Age, like some of the side quests were
I was
just
just gonna say
like
that.
so we
Yeah.
didn't want to leave that part of the map empty, so we put a camp in a rift there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
So go find this
Bring love
cave.
letter to X. Or
Go
fuck, man,
bury
no,
this
but-
body.
No, but like I'll do it because I haven't like a personality that I have to finish what I started. But like, man, it pisses me off. It doesn't advance anything.
Yeah, I'll just play through the story. And if I don't like something, like Skyrim, I played an hour, I'll just put it away. Next. So, remember that fancy pants PS1 modeled, or I guess designed to look like a PS1 PlayStation 4 that was like limited edition that they put out for the 20th anniversary, and that everybody bought them up real quick, and then people started auctioning them? Well, this dude was bidding on one that PlayStation had out, the very first edition, and actually bid $129,000 and then ducked out on his bid, and it was supposed to go to charity. How freaking like terrible is that?
Has a dick face.
Terrible. But wonderful PlayStation. They're actually going to foot the bill and still give that money to charity. So kudos to PlayStation and Sony. But yeah, have you guys ever tried to bid on something on eBay and then been like, that was such a bad idea, and you're like sitting there praying for someone to like outbid you?
I did that. There was a phase last year when I've always played a lot of Magic: The Gathering. I know, I admit it. Nerd alert. It's a good place for nerd alert, but anyways.
Nerd alert.
I don't think you need to let anybody know here.
It's a nerd alert. No. So yeah, so last year I spent a lot of time on eBay actually trying to bid on Magic cards, and I'd bid on the stupidest deals just because like I wanted them, and there was a chance that I'd get them cheaper, but oh, it's ridiculous. eBay is a bad friend. eBay is a bad person. It's evil.
Next on the list, we got TwitchCon. TwitchCon's coming. We got a special conference and gathering just for those of us that love Twitch. Such a cool idea.
I find that wicked.
That's amazing.
They have List Live, which I've been learning a lot about thanks to the Danny Duncan podcast and the daily DLVs they do. This one's going to be September 25th to 26th in San Francisco. So if you're in that area or have lots of money and can make it down there, I'm sure it's going to be shit tons of fun. And I'm sure they're going to be broadcasting the whole damn thing. So even
everyone's going to have a booth, and everyone's going to be broadcasting from their booth. That's so cool. They're going to be broadcasting from their booth, them meeting their fans. It's going to be amazing. You can watch your favorite like broadcaster just meet his fans and just see how awesome he is with his fans. I'm super stoked. I really am. It's a great thing.
Maybe next year we'll look into going to that. It's hard to know where you want to go, like E3 or PAX or now San Francisco for TwitchCon. There's so many options now. If you want to build a vacation plan around something video game related, a conference of some sort, and you can do it any time of the year. It's amazing. Like, there's only Comic-Con. There's no other like movie or television thing that's quite like this, like the Community, where everybody gets together and celebrate their love at any time of the year in any place in the world. It's amazing. I love it.
Because the thing is about Twitch viewers, Twitch followers, Twitch subscribers are the most passionate fans, and I think the fact that they're giving this back to the fans, because for one, I mean, they were bought for $1 billion, so it's not like the money isn't there to make their own TwitchCon, but like the fans are just so passionate about the people they watch, they fall in love with, they watch every day like a television show or reality show, that the fact that they're giving this back to the fans, they're giving them a chance to meet their broadcasters other than in like a Comic-Con or an E3, which usually happens anyways. Why not make their own? I think it's phenomenal. It's a great event.
I think they tested their theory at like the most recent PAX events too. They had the booth set up for the most popular broadcasters. They had the cards made up for them, and it went like gangbusters. So I mean, why not? Why not take the plunge? They're making enough money. God knows they're making enough money.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah.
It's kind of cool. I don't know if I'd want to go the first year, but maybe later on. Once they get into a groove.
You say the same thing about the PlayStation experience, but according all reports that came out of it saying it was absolutely amazing. So you never know. And something about being there the first time around. You know what I mean? Like, first. You know what I mean? Like, experiencing it.
If there's one
I'm sure
to
it's
go
going to be really cool.
Yeah, if there's one to go to the first one.
Yeah, if folks are in San Francisco and around September 25th, 26th, and want to let us know how it goes, especially any ladies, and want to do a report for us and let us know how it is, we'll totally have you on the podcast to talk about it. That'd be really cool. Woohoo! So, on another note, guess who's decided to venture into video game design?
Who?
Oh,
the one.
God.
The only Jesus.
Jesus?
College dropout.
Jesus.
College dropout is right.
Yeah, but he doesn't deserve to make a video game. It should be Beyonce.
I'm torn about that, though. He's such a dickwad. Like, I hate him.
Not his dead mom.
Okay.
Like,
I know, and I feel kind of bad about that.
I know. Me too.
It's about.
That's why, like, I didn't want to make jokes in chat today.
No, it's Kanye. He thinks he's God's gift to the world, and he wants to make a video game about his mom's journey through heaven. Like, okay, that's kind of a cool concept.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he thought of this like just on the spot when he was doing the interview with the radio station. But like, come on, man. Like, you're in absolutely everything. Now you think you can make a video game?
Oh.
The poor development studio that is
Oh
hired
my God, I have to work underneath
work
him?
with him.
Oh God, no, you can't pay me enough to ever do that. That's no.
Ever.
Fucking
Ever.
Jesus, no way.
I know.
But no, but like, don't you just feel bad though? Because I mean, like, video games is an artistic form, so it's a way to like, you know, channel your emotions or whatever. But fuck, man, when it comes to Kanye West, like, you can't take it seriously.
He's jumping on a fucking bandwagon.
He's jumping on
apparently, no, not necessarily. I read that he almost made a video game at 12 years old where he had a concept about a video game about dicks and vaginas. So he's yeah. I don't know where that is, but it was peepees and vajujus.
The man that is married to Kim Kardashian.
Maybe if we're lucky enough, Kardashian will play the Virgin Mary.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I don't know. Is there anybody in chat who would want to see a game by Kanye? Who would actually pay money for a game by that man? I want to know. I'm gonna give it a minute because I want to hear. Get 50 Cent. Who said that? It's all about the dollars.
50 Cent.
Oh my God. 50 Cent. Did he get a movie? Did he have a game? Was there something you get?
He had a movie. He had a game.
Oh wow. Oh my!
Featured in something, I can't remember what exactly. It actually said it in the article.
Paul on Games was talking about Kim Kardashian's game. I've played it. It's kind of fun.
Is it addictive? It looks like it'd be addictive.
It's fucking addictive.
Honestly,
but it is.
Okay, the Kim Kardashian game, if we looked at it and we took the structure of the Kim Kardashian game, but you put a different skin on top of it, like some sort of fantasy RPG or like sci-fi kick to it, people would eat that shit up. It's just the fact that it's Kim Kardashian that people shit up.
People are still eating that shit up. The non-traditional gamers that are playing mobile games, like the ladies that, you know, and guys, I'm a sucker for it. I watch E all the time, okay? Total Divas, the Kardashians, I watch it all the time. But
same.
It's just like, I don't know. It just seems like to me he's jumping on a bandwagon while all they did is they were like, here's a good way to make a buck. Let's slap Kim Kardashian's face on a video game.
I think it's that. I think it's just ego problems that they all have. Like, it goes beyond publicity. Fuck, man, their faces are imprinted in our brains everywhere. Like, they're noticeable. It's really, honestly, like a problem of narcissism. They're just extremely narcissistic people, especially fucking Kanye West.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the devil's advocate here. I would disagree. Well, last week on the podcast, we were talking about cross-platform marketing, right?
Right.
And this applies. I mean, we're talking about movies getting more involved and crossing on with the stories in video games. So why not do it with, you know, a music artist doing a video game? I mean, it all comes down to the marketing aspect of it. But maybe it's just cross-platform marketing last week.
Yeah.
With movies, but you know, the fact we wouldn't be okay with it because of an artist, I think it's okay.
It's not that I wouldn't be okay with it as an artist. I think I'd be okay with it as any other artist. It's fucking him.
Oh, well, obviously.
That's the problem. It's his face.
Kanye fans would disagree. I'm sure Kanye fans are like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna play that."
Oh my God, so funny.
I'm sure they will play them. So
hey, if it comes out, we'll play it. We'll Twitch stream it. We'll see what it's all about.
Oh my God, the Kanye stream.
The Kanye stream.
The last stream my channel ever did.
No,
hey, if you're gonna go out on a bang, right?
Fuck,
you go on a Kanye bang.
Ew. Ew. On all ends, Kanye.
All right, let's go with another question. The only low, and yes, I got his name right now. He says, "Ooh." He says, "This is for the end of the cast, but I'm reading it now." Did any of you go to one of the events in Montreal last weekend for Montreal Anjou? So we have this crazy festival going on right now, part of Montreal and Lumiere, which is there's a lot of different video game events. It's actually happening all throughout this week and next weekend too. It's kind of like, Kat, would you say like 10 days long?
Yeah, it's to cover spring break, and there's like, I think high school is this week, and then grade school is next week. But it's so that all of this 2 weeks of spring breaks are covered with activities, and it's organized by the Montreal libraries. So any local library in your area, if you're on the island of Montreal, should have tabletop and video game events happening. Just like show up and take part. And then there are major events happening like that are timely.
Yeah, so and it's all like the affiliations with big companies are all there, like the big ones in the city, like ADOS, Ubisoft, WB Games,
Execution Labs.
Execution Labs, IDGA Montreal. So yeah, there's some really cool stuff happening if you're in the city. But yeah, it's just you got to manage life, right? And it's freaking cold here right now.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
wanna talk about
not
that.
just
So
one
cold.
big event. It's a bunch of like small, little
Yeah,
itty bitty events isolated in like the far corners of our city.
Yeah, so
And we don't want to turn into popsicles on our way
Yeah.
there.
Exactly. So we want to. I'm going to look and see if there's anything going on the weekend, but it's also my birthday weekend, so we'll see. I might have other things planned.
Birthday, hi.
Birthday. So little Vivian actually said, "How about a game designed by Prince?"
Yes.
You know what?
I was just
I would
saying
totally
that.
go for that.
See now, everyone's saying yeah. Or what about a game designed by Metallica, right?
No,
That
but
would be
it-
like
Prince.
that would be
Avenged
awesome.
Sevenfold made a game.
But if I'm gonna play a
Okay.
game made by some narcissistic basket case, it might as well be Prince.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
true.
yes.
The man called
absolutely.
himself a symbol. Like,
Add
really,
Purple
would-
Rain though as a game, the music video. That would be fucking
That would be
awesome.
Oh man, you get such a kick out of that. Oh my. All right, let's talk about the next thing. What else have I got on my list? Ooh, lots of good things. All right, ladies. Have you heard about the soft engine?
The soft or the firm engine?
I think it's soft
the
jiggly
firm,
engine. I
the
think it's
bouncy
soft-
engine,
Yeah,
So,
bouncy.
Dead or Alive.
the jiggly
Dead or
engine.
Alive, they've decided they've made this engine, this epic video game engine, to make boobs look more realistic. Because
Boobs.
that's what we need for more bouncing
Boob
Dead
hype.
or Alive boobs. Thoughts? It's comical. It's to the
Fucking
point where
Dead
it's
or
just
Alive.
ridiculous.
That's what it is. It's been like that since the first
Yeah, exactly.
touch of Dead or Alive.
If
Since the
they're-
Dreamcast,
yeah, you know
I've
what?
seen boobies jiggling on me. Like
If they're gonna make boobs so in your face, at least make them move right. So just go for it. If that's how you want to spend your time.
Well, it's because Dead
and
or
your
Alive
energy.
is one of the Dead or Alive is one of those games that it lives and dies by its boobs.
exactly. That's the whole
That's
point.
the thing.
It's a
If it was
fucking
any other
volleyball
game, I mean, if there was suddenly a lot of boobs in I don't know, like I was gonna say Grand Theft Auto, but
Mario?
there is a lot of boobs in Grand Theft Auto.
Oh,
But like
geez.
overly jiggly boobs in a game's like in any other game, Dead or Alive, it's to be
Realistic.
expected. So it's just comical, like Cat Ash
It's
said.
funny to see this in contrast to Mortal Kombat, where they're actually trying to make the girls look more realistic this time around. Which,
Whatever.
Katana always had big boobs with like the little
Oh,
tiny
had boobies.
bikini looking outfit. Like I have nothing wrong with that. If they want to draw them that way, that's fine and dandy. But it's funny. It really is.
It's hilarious. I watched a video earlier today, and it's really like they start and they don't stop jiggling
Yeah.
until after 30 seconds. It's like you're just
But that's not
hypnotizing.
realistic. That's not realistic.
Oh man.
It's like never ending.
It was like, oh man.
Oh man, we should ban ourselves from chat now.
Boobies, yeah.
Full steam ahead on the boobies. Good. They're gonna be there, so
All right, there goes. We've done the booby talk. We've done.
All right, it's over.
Okay,
It's over.
no more booby talk.
All right, and just to make Catherine more infuriated, 100
no.
days
That's
plus
what I
of
have to say.
Halo being broken, sack of grenades, and BRs.
Oh
Catherine,
yeah, that was just my insult that I wrote down.
I don't know what it means.
Yeah. Anyways, 100 days. What's going on? We don't understand. It is not even, apart from being bullshit, it's just mind-boggling. Like I've said a million times, like what happened? What happened in the process that this game 100 days later doesn't work? An hour to find a game is abnormal.
So,
Insane.
bring people back, all right? So you're
Okay.
you're in the middle of, like exam time. You
Okay.
have a free Friday to give you a chance to like unwind a bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you decide you want to go shoot a
Got
few people in the
excited.
head.
I was happy. I sat down. I fucking put the disc, because I was at my parents' house. My dad has the Xbox One. The games he has is the Master Chief Collection, FIFA, and fucking Rise, son of shit. Anyways, and I put it in, and I sit down, and I'm all happy. I have, my drink, whatever, and I look for a game. In the Halo anniversary list, nothing. I'm like, okay, fine. Could be a coincidence. I restart the Xbox. Do it again, doesn't work. So then I go into the regular, like, Halo Slayer playlist. Doesn't work. I try every fucking playlist that exists on that bloody game. Nothing worked. I waited an hour. By the time I was done waiting, I had to go back and do my homework, and I never got to play. So, yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid. It doesn't make sense. I don't.
It makes me nervous about Halo 5.
I don't.
It should.
I don't know. No, you want to know why it doesn't make me nervous about Halo 5? It's because the thing is that you're trying to mix 4 different games.
Right.
Right? 4 engines? Well, not for 4 engines, but like 4 different games onto one
functioning disc.
Right? So exactly. So that's different servers and all that. Halo 5 is going to be Halo 5, right? It's just be one game, one.
That's true. That's a good point.
Different multiplayer playlists, but like it's not going to be the same. But what they did here is it's a fucking joke.
Then why did they do it?
They suck at life. I don't know, honestly.
I get the impression that like near the end of the process, someone just like hacked into their stuff, and it, like all the 343 devs are like tied to a pole right now for like 3 months starving.
I heard rumors it was Bungie trying to sabotage it. Which I would laugh if that was the truth, because I like Bungie over 343, but anyways, whatever.
Bungie?
It's just stupid. I just don't understand how in this day and age that this is actually like a reality. Like this is what is going on, So anyways.
So I got another question from chat, and please chat, keep sending them our way. They're super entertaining. So the next one comes from Craig. What angers you more, games that are constantly delayed or games that are released on time but are riddled with bugs?
You know my answer to that one already.
Yeah, I'd rather a game be delayed, come out, and be freaking solid than this nonsense.
Absolutely. There's some games, I mean, you look at games like Assassin's Creed, games like Battlefield, games like Call of Duty that always come out every year. I mean, for sure there's a big risk for bugs when you have to meet this very specific deadline to always hit that niche time of year when your game comes out. So the pressure's there, and they don't feel like they can delay because they'll disappoint their fans, and it's worse just releasing with bugs with a huge patch 2 weeks after that. That's horrible. That's so bad.
I think with
so bad.
Serialized games like Assassin's Creed too, is if they push it back, they're screwing up the next launch and the next launch and the next launch. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they are, but look at all the negative press they got at launch. It was horrible. They got smashed. And you know what? It's a pretty good game in the end once all the patches and all the fixes and people's faces aren't melting off anymore.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, so creepy.
That was terrifying.
I thought
like out of fucking horror shows. Like wow.
I saw the picture on Twitter. I'm like, not sleeping for days.
Not sleeping for days.
Oh god, buggy games. Yeah, that's just
buggy. Games with herpes. Buggy.
Herpes. Games with herpes. OMG. Oh my. I got another one, another little tidbit of information while you guys lose your minds. But it's actually too bad that we don't have Simon on the chat here today. A new stat is out. 465 million is the predicted size of the esport market in 2017. That's only 2 years away, according to a conservative scenario by analyst from New Zoo. So there could be as many esports fans watching in 2017 as there are NFL fans. That's kind of impressive.
Bigger than the Super Bowl, bitches.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll start spending like that kind of money on ads like they do in the Super Bowl.
Do you guys have any idea how much money is currently spent on ads for like League of Legends streaming on?
No idea.
It's huge. It is gigantic, especially when you go out east. Like it's League of Legends is like a national sport in Korea. It's crazy.
Right.
So and NFL is only in the States. League of Legends, Dota 2, Call of Duty, worldwide phenomenons that are played by millions of users each month. For sure, the money is there.
I can't wait until we get to that point.
I'm surprised it's only now gonna catch up to the NFL because
we're slow here.
Yeah. I mean, they have professional gaming houses and everything.
Well, you can get scholarships now here in the U.S. Well, in the U.S.
That's true. That's a new thing as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Professional
what?
gaming scholarships.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
It's
Fuck,
huge.
what am I doing with my life?
2 years ago, you said someone told you I'm starting up a professional gaming team. You're like, you're crazy. You're wasting your money. You're gone. Someone who does that today, you're like,
Oh
good
my
luck.
God, yeah.
It's a great
If
investment. Good job.
it kind of makes me sad that like 12 years ago this didn't happen. I would have done a whole different career route. But
That's
hey,
true.
c'est la vie, right? C'est la vie. Mm. Walter White going ham, if I'm saying that right. Question: What
I
are
like
your
this
top 3 favorite video game franchises? Who wants to go first?
Ooh. I need some time to think.
All right,
I
time
have
to
like-
think.
I needed to
Zelda, Final Fantasy, Mass Effect.
That's good. Nice roundup.
That was quick.
I'm
That
done.
was-
Out.
oof.
Okay.
The queen has left the building.
I'm out.
Okay,
Catherine.
Zelda,
Yep.
Assassin's Creed, Mario Kart.
Nice.
Around.
Nice.
Okay.
Like so many.
Oh no.
Leah, Kat, Allie, thoughts? I have to think about this too.
Yeah, just doing that.
Oh no, so much pressure. Um,
See, I feel I would sneak some Dragon Age and some Skyrim in there, but I've only played 1 or 2 of the franchise, so I think next year it's going to change.
That's true.
let's say
I've got mine.
A certain amount
Elder
of
Scroll. Oh,
Yeah.
series that have like long games. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ellie. She's still thinking, or she froze.
Oh, I think.
Fable.
No.
She's back. She's back.
Oh, am I back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Elder Scrolls, Fable,
Oh fuck, Allie.
Final Fantasy.
Nice.
Neck. Okay, well.
Oh fuck.
I've got mine,
Elder
or do you know?
Scroll, Fables, and Halo.
If you didn't say Halo, I was gonna like cross camera
course.
slap you.
I
Yeah.
love Master Chief. He's my true husband. Anyway.
How is Fallout
Your
not in
husband.
there?
Yeah, where's Fallout?
Fallout.
Fallout. Well, Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3. So, but I played more Elder Scrolls. I don't know. Maybe feels like I'm cheating, isn't it? Okay, no. Okay, Elder Scrolls / Fallout, but Fallout 3 and over.
Cheater.
Comma, Fable, and
Always happens when
Halo.
we have to make a certain number.
yeah, I never make the certain number. I never make the cut. I always add on because I'm an adder honor. But no,
Just trying to get that
played
one last
3
one in.
Elder Scrolls games. 3 quacks eats the fucking Fallout. So
Okay.
I don't know what that meant.
Me
If I could add a
neither.
weird one,
I
It's
don't know.
Catherine's logic. It's okay.
the
I would
professor.
say,
Good one too.
Batman. Everybody's gonna know that. Zelda. Hey, I'm sporting a nice shield here today.
Gorge.
And Kingdom Hearts.
Ooh, good one. I like that. I'm
Yeah,
glad-
I enjoy Kingdom Hearts a lot.
Great series.
Let's see what else we got going on here in questions. Paul on Games asks us, did any of you girls see the leaked video of the canceled Legacy of Kain game? No, I did not. Any of you guys? Legacy of Kain?
I did. I didn't personally play the game because it's part of a series. I know someone who did, and I know it was canceled, right?
Right.
Like it was canceled.
That's what this says. Straight up canceled.
Yeah, straight up canceled. But I saw the leaked video earlier, but it's too bad because it's one of those series that didn't have the biggest amount of fans, but it had like dedicated fans to the series.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are going to be disappointed, and especially when now they see footage, it's going to be like, oh, what could have been? Yeah, it's too bad.
We got another one from Pat Laundry. Pat Laundry, I'm pronouncing that correctly, 1980. He wants to know, regarding upcoming RPGs, Bloodborne or Witcher 3, if you had to choose only one. I'm going Bloodborne.
Witcher 3.
Witcher 3.
For 3.
All right, so
Zelda.
Witcher 3. Okay, I'm good.
all right, so that means I get to review Bloodborne. Cha-ching. Okay.
I don't have a PS4, so that would be difficult for me to
Yeah,
read.
I guess so. That's true. That's true. Bloodborne.
Yeah,
has
that's exactly
werewolves
why
in
that
it.
question was easy to answer.
Though I can't. Playing the order with the werewolves was very difficult with my dog.
Oh god, it's so cute.
He runs after them. If there's any other chat questions, let us know. I believe I have one more question here, or one more topic, just to throw out there another stat. 40%, the amount of the PS4 will outsell the Xbox One through 2018, according to a report by Strategy Analytics.
Oh, bloody hell.
The company expects Sony to have a global install base of 80 million PS4s by then, with Xbox One at only 57 million.
You know, actually read this article.
Numbers game.
What?
Stats are stupid.
Yeah, no one wants an Xbox in the East. No one wants one.
No.
I mean, it's all Sony, it's all PS4 out there in Japan, the Koreas, China.
Can we just make a hybrid of like the PS4 with the Xbox One controller?
Preach. Preach.
Please? Can someone make that hack, please? I'm begging you. Yeah.
I don't know if
that
that's
controller's
accurate,
so much
though.
better.
Which one, the PS4?
You
No,
know
the
that.
statistics.
The Xbox Manette is so much better.
The Manette.
Oh, and that,
Yep,
yeah.
the Manette.
10 times better. I find that PS has always been flimsy ever since the first PlayStation Manette.
This one's a lot better.
Like,
this one's a
creaky.
lot better, but like when you're holding it in your hand for an extended period of time, it's just the Xbox One is more comfortable in general.
I find it.
And then it's better than the freaking Wii pad gamepad thing. That's like holding like you're
basically playing with an
computer.
iPad.
Let me play a video.
A heavy iPad.
I'm playing a video game.
Dude, like seriously, most of the games that I play on Wii U, I actually don't have the TV on.
There's no
like
point.
it all. It's like I just have like my DS.
But it's like Kirby. It's a stylus-based game, so unless you have a second player, I don't see why I would have the TV on.
True.
But someone asked something in chat. Paul on Games asked, best controller ever. That's a good question.
Best controller ever.
Best controller ever. Ooh, burn. Hard one.
Xbox One controller is by far the best controller.
I'm sorry.
Xbox 360 for me.
64 was
Yeah,
perfect.
360 for
Oh,
me.
it's too big
Oh my
for my
god,
hands
that
back
was
in the
so
day.
hard on your hands.
Yeah.
That little
You could hold
the
it like this.
analog
You could hold
stick.
it like this. You could hold it like this. It was perfect. I love it.
No, look,
Oh,
the
come
analog-
on. Come on.
Wait. The analog stick, all right? In the middle there, and it had the fucking little grooves on the side. So when you had to do something and like spin it, it would like clack. It was
Okay,
so
Nintendo
annoying.
64 controller with the Xbox One joystick.
No,
Perfection.
going with
Come
I
on.
don't want to move
I'm
my
out.
hand. I'm too fucking lazy for that. I already don't want to stand up and play games, okay? Yeah. Someone says GameCube. Xbox original. Ooh.
Oh, no, the first
original
Xbox 2 is cute.
controller, that was like a brick.
Yeah.
A brick, man.
Large and in charge. No. Xbox 360, I think.
Yeah, Devin's
Yeah, my
going
vote
with
for
N64
360.
controller.
Small enough, comfortable. Yeah.
It just feels good, and it's heavy enough to, like, I don't know. You can grip
Yeah,
it.
you don't want
Can't break it easily.
The joysticks were bigger too than on the X1. The X1, the joysticks are much smaller. That's why everyone was like, ugh, what is
Are
this?
they that much small? I didn't know. See, that I didn't notice. The size difference, to be quite honest. Then again, I don't know. I didn't feel that. It felt different, but
The thing is you want a controller that actually feels like it has substance in your hand without being heavy. Like, if you look back, the SNES controller, the NES controller, like, they just felt like pieces of plastic. Even, the Nintendo 64 controller, I think it's only because of its size, and once you put the rumble pack in it, that it actually had a comfortable weight. Otherwise, like, if it was
rumble pack.
any smaller, it would, like, it feels like you have a toy. The controllers now actually feel like pieces of machinery, because they have that little bit of mass, just enough to be like, okay, I'm holding something that makes sense,
Yeah.
But yeah. And Craig's saying the Sega Genesis controller was dope.
that
Yeah.
too was
The Genesis
Similar
D-pad
to
was
the
awesome.
Super
Paul on
Nintendo.
Game said. Yeah. Okay, here's a question. What is the most comfortable handheld console to hold in your hands? We've got everything from, like, the Game Gear to the Game Boy, and its many iterations. DS, all the different sizes of it. You've got the Vita. You've got PlayStation. What was the one before that? PlayStation
PSP,
Go,
PS
PSP.
Vita.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, what do you think was the most comfortable of those to play?
Game Boy Color.
Yeah?
I love that.
Game Boy Color?
It's just Game Boy in general.
Game Boy in general was too fat. I find it's like playing on a freaking brick, you know.
Oh,
Game
I
Boy
loved
Color was the first one that was slimmer, and you know, you brought both of your hands together in like this loving symbol. It was perfect. Now everything, your hands are always separated. Now they're together. It's perfect. Game Boy Color for the win. Playing Space Invaders and Kirby.
I find that my hands get numb playing my DS. Is that weird?
So awkward.
The 3DS or like the DS?
3DS. It's been a while since I played my DS, and obviously, and I had one of the big red ones that came with Mario Kart, the real thick one, not the DSi or the Lite or anything like that. When they started doing the more like sleeker looking ones that like the DSs now look like, but the old massive one, that one I didn't find so bad. But now, like extended periods of time playing my DS, it starts to hurt my hands, and I feel like they start to go numb. My fingers.
No, I mean, it's just Game Boy straight up.
I got really comfortable with the PSP, and then I went to the DS side. And now, like my 3DS XL, I use it on a daily basis, and I find it really comfortable. I have a Vita at the same time that I pick up and play quite frequently, and I find that is a big adjustment.
Yeah,
for me. Yeah.
It's because I think with that one too, it's like the rounded. You're not used to it after you're used to the flat sides of DS.
Definitely.
And you have to retrain your hands to deal with the triggers of the top, which I actually really like those triggers, the clear ones, and the touchpad. Not that I use the touchpad much in the back of the DS. Oh, have you played Gravity Rush?
No.
Oh, dude. Do yourself a favor. Go buy Gravity Rush. That is my favorite Vita game. It's amazing.
What's it about? Real quick.
It's this girl in this world, and the thing is, the mechanic is that you control gravity, so you can float up, but then you can also fall down, but you, in order to recharge your gravity control, so you can send yourself in different directions. And the mechanic and the animation, how she does it, it's almost like she gets sucked a certain way. It's hard to explain. Cool. It's like pulled by your belly button. Like imagine you were like ragdoll physics, and like you're standing like straight, and you want to go that way, and your body just goes. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. But yeah, it's like a platforming style game.
But was it motion sensitive? Like, if you turned it over, would it turn over?
Some of it, yeah. Some of it,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that existed in the PSP era.
No, it's
I wasn't a PSP-er.
It's a Vita game, not a PSP.
PSP-er.
PSP-er.
So, what else? What else could I tell you about that game? It's been a while. It's been a few years. I actually took it up to my cabin and played in Newfoundland 2 years ago, I think, and finished it. And Frig, I can't wait for them to create a new one, and I think they are actually working on a new one. So yeah, if you're gonna buy a Vita, you gotta pick up Gravity Rush. 2 thumbs up from me.
Will do.
Leia approved.
Leia approved stamp.
Leia approved stamp. So, are there any other questions here in the chat?
No.
Oh yeah, PSP was all about homebrew. That is totally true. They sold more PSPs for homebrew than they ever did for actual PSP games.
Wow.
That PSP got me through CJEP.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Sitting in the back of the classroom playing that.
Sweet.
Oh, wait a second. Seize the Disease.
Yeah.
You actually just asked a question about best game glitch or Easter egg, and we actually had a party chat post last week about our favorite Easter eggs. So you should go to girlsongames.ca and check that out.
Yeah, I didn't participate in that one by accident.
Oops. Someone in chat actually stole my answer. I was gonna post that on the actual site.
Oh yeah? What did they say?
Plants vs. Zombies. Did you guys see that in Plants vs. Zombies?
Slenderman is in Plants.
Yeah, Slenderman.
No.
He's in this multiplayer map, and you have to like go to the edge behind one of the graveyards that you have to protect. One of the gardens you have to protect. And you can see him if you look at the exact spot in the fence between 2 posts, you see him like creeping between 2 trees. It's freaky as fuck, but it's awesome. Wow. A friend showed me that. I stared at it for like 5 minutes, just like moving, like, oh my god, this is creepy.
They need to make a whole game on Slenderman. That's like perfect premise.
They do have a game.
There is?
On Slenderman. Yeah.
Really? Well then.
And people killed over it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, some girl killed. Yeah, that was messed
2
up.
girls killed
That's
another
no fun. That's no fun. All right, crew. Well, I think that is it for podcast episode number 10 with the Girls on Games. Thank you, ladies, for hanging out. Thank you in chat for hanging out with us.
Yes, thank you.
like you said before, we do this weekly, every Monday, same bad time, same bad channel. And of course, we do this out of the goodness of our hearts. If you would like to donate to us, that would be much appreciated. If you want to find out more about us, you can find us at girlsongames.ca. Follow us on Twitter at all of our Twitter handles, which you can now see, and at The Girls on Games. You can find us on Facebook at Girls on Games and on Instagram at Girls on Games. And just another note, on Friday night, to celebrate my birthday, the ladies are coming down and we're going to drink and play games and be merry and do it and stream it all on Twitch. And you guys can participate with us. Crazy. And it's going to be lots of fun. So thank you. Thank you all. It's been wonderful. Very, very nice, cold but chilly night in February with you all. And everybody stay warm. If you're in a warmer place, then enjoy gaming.
You fucks.
If you're in a warmer place, fuck you.
Seriously.
Awesome.
It's minus 20 degrees Celsius
Dude,
here.
it's going to be minus 32 tonight. Just saying. All right. Anyways.
Minus 32.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I'm not leaving the house.
No, why would you?
Never again. Never again.
Refuse. I'm on spring break. I don't need to leave, technically, so I could just sit here.
All right. Thanks, ladies. Thanks, chat. We love
thanks,
you.
guys.
Mwah. Have a wonderful evening and see you later. Bye.
Bye.